Hello and welcome to the Underdog Pick'em Show presented by Underdog using PropsAI, our LineStar prop betting platform that allows us to also use Pick'em sites. Underdog, if you've never tried them before, go right down below. We got a promo link. Use promo code LineStar. If you're a new customer to Underdog, you deposit at least $10, you play. You get 1 free month of LineStar. Just make sure you also fill out this form so we know you have done it and we can check for the data from Underdog. Now, let's get into the good old show here. And as always, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to this video as that enters you into our contest. If I go 5 for 5, one lucky winner will win $100. Now, let's just jump into our props. It is week 17. Big time football week. Some teams are really playing for stuff, and let's dive into what we got going on. We have 4 running back props and a tight end prop. Heavy on the receiving yards. We'll start off with Breece Hall, higher than 74.5 rush plus receiving yards. Our LineStar projection is 90.6. The consensus is 79.8. So we have a 22% edge. The consensus has a 7% edge. And our alert score is 300, which is a profitability score for us. Now, let's look at the Breece Hall situation again. All right, so he sat out one game due to injury, came back and only played like 45% of the snaps. However, he jumped back up to 77% of the snaps versus the Rams. He was heavily involved, had 19 touches, scored or had 90 yards, and I think he's in a great spot once again if we look versus Buffalo. On the season, Buffalo is allowing 97.5 rushing yards and 47.6 receiving yards to the running back. And then over the last 4, it's pretty much the same. Slightly less receiving yards at 39 and slightly more rushing yards at 98. Regardless, Breece Hall is an absolute beast. He's going to get a majority of this production, and he is one of the most elusive and skillful, big game ability running backs in this league. I think this is too low for his involvement versus a team that isn't all that great at stopping the running back in Buffalo. The other situation is there is going to be some rain during this game. There's going to be some winds, which just favors more so the running game and that short passing game, which Breece Hall is all about. So let's go Breece Hall over 74.5. Next, we got a revenge game. We got Aaron Jones higher than 18.5 receiving yards. Our LineStar projections 22.2. The consensus is 22.6. Both of them have over a 20% edge, and Aaron Jones has been over in 60% of games this season. Now, I like this spot for Aaron Jones. Not only is it a revenge spot, you know he's going to get up for the Vikings, but they're at home. He's averaging 23.2 receiving yards per game, but the Packers are giving up 40.7 receiving yards per game to the running back. But over the last 4, that is up to 48.3. They've been getting gashed by the pass to the running back, and that is one of Aaron Jones' best traits. Also, last time he played them, he ripped off 93 rushing yards, but 46 receiving yards. He's going to be back with a vengeance and trying to take this 18.5 line down in flames. Next, we got Jerome Ford, higher than 18.5 receiving yards. We're versus the Miami Dolphins here. While the Dolphins have been very good versus the running back, I want to bring your attention to our team defense tool. Team defense tool is like DVOA, but it gives you a rolling average over the last 4, and we can do over the last 10 using that average. What has happened with Miami? While they have been very tough on the ground to running backs, allowing, a lot less rushing yards, negative 0.3 rush touchdowns per game, they have been very positive to the pass game. 1.1 extra target, 0.8 extra receptions, 9.7 extra yards. And then you have a guy in Jerome Ford who is averaging 17.3 on the season, but 24.8 over the last 4 games. Over these last 4, they have made a new effort to go back to Jerome Ford, and then also Chubb got hurt. So now he is back to being the lead dog. And as the lead dog in this backfield, drop back passes to the running back have just gone through the roof. 6 receptions week 1. Week 2 didn't really get there. Week 3, 3 for 33. Week 4, 7 for 27. And then the last 2 weeks, he had 20 reception yards and 39 yards. As the RB1, he has been getting passes a ton all season long, and that is a weakness of the Miami Dolphins. They've allowed 48.5 receiving yards to the running back over the last 4. So let's take some Jerome Ford. Next, we have Brock Bowers. Brock Beast Bowers. What can you say about this guy? He has just been amazing all season long. So we have a line of 66.5 receiving yards, and we're going to go higher. Our LineStar projection is 78.6. The consensus is 69.9. But let's dig into this Bowers prop a little bit more. He, over the last 4 games, is averaging 80.8 yards per game. On the season, averaging 71.1. He is an absolute beast. He's averaging 9.5 targets per game over the last 4, and that is going to continue. Now, the Saints have been decent versus the tight end, but still allowing 54.6 yards per game to the tight end. They are 20th versus the tight end over the last 10 games. While they have been decent, they have been giving it up yardage-wise. They have just not been giving up many touchdowns. Yardage is where Brock Bowers has been absolutely feasting, and he's going to feast once again this week. So let's go Brock Bowers higher than 66.5. And lastly, we are going Bucky Irving over higher than 16.5 receiving yards. Our LineStar projections 18.6, consensus is 20.1, and he's versus the Carolina Panthers, who really just can't stop anybody on defense. So, a big aspect of this is that Cade Otton is out. With Cade Otton out, they're going to dump off a little bit more to the running back. Rachaad White's going to get extra targets. Bucky Irving's going to get extra targets. And Bucky Irving is just a super explosive, big play back, and he keeps getting it done. In this situation here, so he's averaging 21.3 receiving yards per game. Over the last 4, he's still up to 17, and that was battling through an injury a little bit. Then you go to the Carolina spot. They are allowing 33.3 yards per game to the running back in the receiving game. That is both over the season and the last 4. Now, without Cade Otton, those dump-offs are going to be there for Bucky Irving and Rachaad White. I think Bucky Irving gets probably 2, 3, maybe 4 catches and goes for over 20 yards, and the line is only at 16.5. So give me Bucky Irving higher than 16.5. That will do it. Those are our 5 picks today, and to recap them real quick, we have Breece Hall higher than 74.5 rushing and receiving yards. We got Aaron Jones higher than 18.5 receiving yards. We have Jerome Ford higher than 18.5 receiving yards. And then we have Brock Bowers higher than 66.5 receiving yards. And lastly, Bucky Irving higher than 16.5 receiving yards. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Let's make some money. And please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to enter into that contest. One lucky winner will win $100 when we go 5 for 5. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.